Back in San Francisco, California for the race for 8. My name is Dave Vincent alongside David Fink. As we are 6 years, celebrating 6 years of the first time you made that noise on the headset when you put it on, and nothing's changed.
Actually, make that 8.
Well, no,
it's
6 years.
2007.
The first couple years you did it perfect.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. So I've actually gotten worse then.
Yeah, you have digressed. It's Luis Moreno and Vic Perez.
It's actually regressed, but I hate to be that guy, except I don't. It's popcorn time, Dave. Luis Moreno, Vic Perez, and then Emmett Peixoto and Martin Mulkerns.
Guys,
Okay.
give me 1 second.
Well, it
Hold
would have
on.
only been one more match
You
after
want me
this,
lines?
but
You want a line?
But
Can you line? Cool. You can stay here if you want.
we were superseded by the club president here.
Wait.
Did I say that right, or was it
Yeah.
super
We
reseated?
got 2
How'd you
lines for
say
you
it?
guys. Anthony and Lauren. Okay.
Anti-super reseated? I know I need to be corrected by you on that one. Our referee is Abraham Montijo. This is Luis Moreno from Tucson, Arizona, originally born in Hermosillo,
All right, good
Sonora,
luck. Here we
Mexico,
go. 0 plays 0.
the capital of Sonora.
I know, David, I sorry to interrupt you, but all of our fans know that Vic Perez is the giant killer. Wins over Charlie Shanks, Emmett Peixoto, Mondo Ortiz, Andy Nett, just to name a few, Marco Chavez. And he'll be gunning here for our number 2. This will be just another sort of
Point.
notch in his belt.
1-0. Short ball.
The only thing you could say
Second.
about Vic, though, is would he be a little bit intimidated by playing Luis Moreno?
I don't
And
think
will
so.
that hold him back at all?
Side out.
Didn't on that return of serve.
Vic's got the best straight up the middle of
0-1.
the front wall kill shot in the game.
Point.
He's got that unbelievable crack serve to the
1-1.
left.
Side out.
And that's what happens
Appeal,
when
I
you
called it good.
don't catch the crack.
Disagree. Second serve.
I thought that was well short, Dave.
Second
Our
serve
linesman
coming.
agreed. Oh.
Point.
Sloppy rally won by Vic Perez. And Dave, that's the power of the appeal. Vic Perez loses
2
the
play
rally,
1.
appeals his serve. It's overturned, second serve, and he wins the point.
Oh, look
Side
at that
out.
left-handed kill shot there from Moreno.
Some say Moreno's left,
One
Dave, better than
72.
his right. I know you might be one of those in that camp.
Short. Second serve. Point.
Vic anticipated that, but he didn't get himself in a good enough position there. Hung at about 4 feet behind
2 serving
Moreno
2.
when he should have been swinging back around.
Short.
Luis has had a couple of
Second.
shocking results early in 2015, Dave. Blown out by Sean Lenning in Houston. And then blown out again by Sean Lenning in Colorado.
Is that unavoidable, Dave? Luis leaving that wall?
I don't think so, because I think Vic still had the
Point.
same shot. I don't think he had to change his shot at all.
I know that in big ball, everybody chirps that it is
3-2.
when a player releases and goes out like that. 3-2, Moreno serving. Luis
Yet it's never
does-
been called once except at the
I know,
U.S. Open.
I know, but I've heard you say
Second.
that you thought it would be, but Moreno's playing really sharp. It
Yeah.
feels like
Yeah.
maybe his shots aren't perfect, but he has good movement with his feet.
Oh, yeah, he looks very good right now. And I think that's when Luis is at his best. As soon as you start to doubt him,
Side out.
you see the vintage Moreno. And a couple bad losses like that, Dave, I think will wake him
2
up.
serving 3. Short. Appeal, I called it short. Agree? Second serve. Side out.
There's another side out. Referee Abraham Montijo scored 0 and 4 against Paul Brady in a 18-minute match earlier.
3-2.
And that still didn't get us back on schedule. 3-2 score, Moreno.
We're going to replay that.
Ooh, strange call there. Didn't
He
think the ref
hesitated
would do
just
that.
a tiny bit, and it was open.
Vic Perez was not lobbying either,
3-2.
No.
but he
He's
did
also
say
not-
thank you,
Yeah.
as he should.
Short.
It's one of those where you resigned yourself to losing
Second.
the rally and you get a gift from the referee. You're not going to turn down a gift. I mean, Dave, your mom always told you it was rude to not accept a gift.
Well, she told me not to stare a gift horse in the face
I think it made it, Vic.
as well.
So that's a point.
Vic questioned whether that
4-2.
ball skipped in or not. I'm with the referee. It did look like it was a flat rollout from Moreno's left hand, left corner.
Point. Five, 2. Short. Second. Side out.
That's one of those where you hit too good a shot. Luis Moreno hit such a
2-5.
huge reverse there that Vic had to change his swing and got just enough of it on a miss hit to end the rally. Wow.
Side out.
I did see Luis at the club earlier this week, Dave. He had a good sweat going. I don't know how
5-2.
long he'd been playing, but I can say it was the first time I'd seen him. Now, that's not to say he hasn't
Short.
been playing a lot,
Right.
but
Called it
generally,
short.
and you know from being at
Both
the club,
agree.
when you had a membership, Dave, that he was there
Second
all day,
serve.
every day.
Yeah. No, when we were playing weekly, we were there all the time. But this is a different Moreno. He's kind of adopting that kind of Sean Linning mentality from a few years ago where he can just show up and win without having to put in the hard hours.
Side out.
But it's been kind of rumored that this Moreno might be injured. He still looks quick on shots like that. I don't know. I mean, we really don't know
2,
what's going on with
35.
Moreno.
Well, it's like you said, Dave, on the preview, he's really become that enigma, dark figure.
And with that said, you run into him off the court,
Side
he's the
out.
greatest
Oh,
guy
yeah.
you've ever met. I mean,
Well,
you
I've
just want
always
to hang
thought
out
that.
with it. Even now. It's
Yeah.
so if it's dark,
5-2.
he's just kind of becoming quiet, I guess. That
Short.
ball skipped in, didn't it?
No.
The sound was
Second.
like the ball broke, but I caught it late. I didn't see it live. Oh, it was broken. That's the sound. I just happened to glance away, and I heard that noise, and it sounded like a skip-in
So go
noise.
replay that with 2 serves. Throw it around a little.
Dave, Valentine's Day is coming up.
Yep.
I know that your amazing wife and your baby Henry are home and away. And is it hard to celebrate a Valentine's Day being? You
Well,
know,
I hate to brag here, but this will be an all-out brag.
it's all right.
I said goodbye to my wife, headed to the airport, so she thought, stopped and picked up a huge bouquet of flowers and turned right around.
Wow, and gave them to your mistress.
So Trish was very happy.
That's great.
Yeah.
Ready?
I love to give homemade gifts.
Yeah.
I'd like to give you one of my kids,
Yeah.
if you don't mind. Yeah,
All right, we're replaying
it's
the
a
last
tremendous
point. 2 serves coming.
city to be
5-2.
in on Valentine's Day, and yet you're far away from your family. That must not be, as a player, it's not the greatest.
Yeah, it's hard. Well, it's a tough stretch to be a family man. It seems like we're on the road just about every other week.
Hold it, or do it again. Five, 2.
Dave, this has
Short.
the makings of one of those long, drawn-out matches. You can just kind
Second.
of see this going over an hour.
Well, you called it the popcorn match.
Yeah. So far, I still feel like we're in the previews, though.
Side out.
Who is he? How old is he?
2-5. Side out. 5-2.
Now we're at 5-2. So we're running the tournament desk from our booth, but also part of the security here as
Yeah.
well. We've already
Yeah.
got a couple players thrown out, but we're getting blamed for something that
2-5.
we had no clue was happening.
Yeah.
Just being informed that he was being thrown out. But then now we're also
Beer
bouncers.
Nazis.
Yeah, we're making sure these. I swear that kid entered the 17 and under nationals
Yeah.
in Tucson recently, and
I thought so
I saw him
too.
cracking
Side out.
open a beer here,
Yeah.
but it was the wrong kid. They just looked the same.
Well, this
5-2.
would be the wrong place to crack open a beer if you were 17. Half the people here are cops.
Point.
There's a swing and a miss, and Moreno now getting his 6th point here. We're going to 15. Best 2 out of 3 to 15. Breaker also to 15. Win by
6-2.
2. Now we're at 6-2.
Second serve.
How affected are the players in there when you get used to a cadence from
Point.
the referee, and then the referee slightly throws that cadence off?
Well, I think it
7-2.
depends on the player, and it depends on the degree of the cadence being altered.
Short.
But it can be
Second.
aggravating.
I think it comes down to the player. But I've been in the court before where it's happened, and it's so annoying. I mean, it's really an annoying
And
thing.
you're not the kind of guy that lets little things bother you either.
No,
No.
I don't dwell either.
No.
Nor do I hold a grudge.
Yeah. Pretty easygoing
Timeout,
guy,
Vic.
really.
That's your first score is 8-2.
There's a timeout being called on the court here. 8-2. Moreno, spelled M-O-N-E-N-O, Monino, which is his new nickname that we like to use. Instead of El Nino, it's Monino. For those at home keeping score. Monino. You're watching the Race Freight, the Del Grand Dealer Group, WPH Race Freight, presented by the Olympic Club as the host, and of course Edel Handball giving it to us as well this season. Ben was going to be here and then didn't show up with his stuff, but he's in here with his heart and spirit. Dave, you're one of the players that are slowly coming around, but also doing it like Paul Brady in bits and
All right,
pieces.
time
You
is in.
put on the eye guards, and you said they're the best that you've put on, and then you love the shirt, and eventually you're going to just be wearing everything that Edel
8
come
serving
out with.
2.
Well, I'm a free agent, and I like things that are comfortable. And Edel gear is extremely comfortable.
Point.
That's a terrible return there from Vic. That's a ball he should step into and
9-2.
drive. Instead, he tries a roundhouse return. Big setup here for Luis. Wow.
Point. 10-2.
Luis just has
Point.
Vic all turned around.
11-2.
Ugh.
Point.
How do you even hit a serve like that? A flat rollout off the side wall.
12-2.
Oh, Moreno really, I mean, Monino looks really good right
Yeah.
now, very sharp, and this is something I did not anticipate.
Point. $13-2. Short. I called it short. Both agree. Second serve. Point.
It's another point on the scoreboard.
14-2. First game.
First game goes to Luis Moreno, 15-2. As we are going to take a quick 3-minute break, and we'll be back for game number 2 coming up in just a bit. For Dave Fink, Dave Vincent, stay here at race48.com.
This is one amazing truffula tree. Can you imagine a place where these grow everywhere? Yes, it's called the forest, a magical place to enjoy with your family. So discover the forest and explore all the wonder that's there. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Play your part in the circle of life. Take time to be a dad today. Visit fatherhood.gov to learn more.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all living united to ensure the academic success of millions of kids in our communities all the way to graduation day. But that won't happen without you. So take the pledge at unitedway.org. Make a difference in the life of a child. Suit up like your favorite NFL players and become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor with United Way.
My life is full of statistics. Thing is, I could have dropped out of school and become one myself, but I didn't because I had people that believed in me. Here's another statistic. 7,000 students drop out every school day. That's 1 every 26 seconds. It's time that students know that we believe in them.
Inspire a student and share your message of support at boostup.org.
We are back in San Francisco here for game number 2. Luis Moreno and Vic Perez. As we welcome in Mondo Ortiz, who had a nice 14-3 run to close out Luis Cordova in their tiebreaker of the round of 16. Mondo, welcome in.
Hey guys, how's everything?
Well, it's good. We knew this was going to be kind of a popcorn match because Vic can play. Obviously, you've won with him. You've played well with Vic Perez, but he's not bringing it right now against Moreno.
Yeah, he's not. Vic is he's a slow player, you know. He usually picks it up in the end, but as he right now, yeah, Luis is putting so much pressure on him. He doesn't know what to do. Yeah, he is all out of sorts. Nice shot from Vic.
Two-zero. Short. Second.
Vic.
Slide out.
Yeah, Vic is, doesn't have his timing right now.
0-2.
This is game number
Side
2.
out.
First one going to Luis Moreno. And Luis, you know, the rumors were that he wasn't
2-0.
playing sharp coming into this tournament, but you can see that his shots might not be the sharpest, but his feet definitely are.
You could tell off the bat, his feet work is phenomenal. Even though he had probably push himself for the past like few weeks, but you could
Side out.
you could tell from this game.
Looks like he's charged up and ready to go.
Oh yeah.
0-2.
Now, Mondo, after that nice comeback that you had against Luis Cordoba in the tiebreaker, did you kind of reconfirm to yourself what you know you're able to do when you really need to do what you need to do?
Well, yeah. I mean, I was losing my composure throughout the game. You know, I was,
Point.
I was focused on the ref instead of my own game, and I had to
1-2.
take a timeout and catch myself, and I had to, just serve it out.
Well, you had about a stretch of 7 bad calls against you, and I've not seen 7 in a row against any player ever. I've always said, it's 14-6 in the bad call department. This was 7-0, and you somehow overcame that. I mean,
2 serving 1.
Yeah, I mean, I thought I made some bad calls as well, but I felt like I was getting charged on with those bad calls. But I just had to let that go and just keep my composure.
I think that's all part of the learning process. Whatever, I don't know what we're trying to learn, but I think just getting over it is a big thing. That's a huge back wall get from Vic Perez, and then Moreno floors it, and so you would have to say Vic earned that somehow.
Yeah, it was a great volley right there. It went back and forth, and Luis took the
3
shot.
serving 1.
Skipped it in.
Nice athletic get. Now you get to play
Short
Vic
ball.
Perez back at the LAAC, and you know his game as good as
Second.
anybody here, except for maybe even Marco Chavez, but probably as much as anybody. And
Right.
you've seen some of the things that he's capable of doing. You have to say, man, this guy's just like a tad away from being an elite player, right?
Yeah. Vic has this like an unorthodox, style of game. Sometimes you see him as lackadaisically and stuff like that. But he gets to the ball. He
Point.
serves, he shoots, and he gets to it. He puts it down.
You put him in the top 5 hardest hitters you've played against?
Play ball. Come on.
You know what? I say he's a top 6.
Okay.
4 serving 1.
Because there's a lot of hard hitters here in handball, especially in the race for 8.
He's just so strong,
Point.
isn't he? His
He's
upper
strong,
body
yeah,
is just
he's-
amazing. He kind of reminds me of an Aaron Garner
Yeah,
type player.
yeah.
Just it looks unorthodox,
serving
but when
1.
you're in there playing against him, you say he's going over the top of this ball.
Yeah,
So he's
this guy works out
Slide out.
Yeah.
phenomenally. He diets really well. He take care of what
1-5.
he's eating throughout the process, and it's he's really he takes care of his body.
well,
Point.
I didn't think he'd have much trouble in the mental department versus Luis Moreno in this match, just based on the fact that he
2-5.
plays against celebrities all the time, so it probably doesn't affect him much. He's also, capable of defeating some of the best players. And there's a
Slide
nice
out.
right corner kill.
Shots like that, you second guess yourself, like, yeah, this guy could be a straight elite player.
He came over from Illinois, and it just didn't seem to me that when he first came back out of college that he
5 serving 2.
was, should be part of that hype that everyone was giving him. Then I saw slowly, just over like a 12, 14-month period, all of a sudden his level of play just went right up into the top 15.
Yeah, I realized.
You remember that
yeah,
when he came
that.
back, he was like, oh, he's not as good as I thought he. Oh, wait a second.
Yeah, when
This
he
guy's
went,
amazing.
They work with him over there at Lake Forest. They put part of the shooting game into it. I remember
Slide
him.
out.
He was just passing, volleying around, which was great. It was high percentage handball.
2-5.
But his shooting game, wasn't that very good. So he put that in his game,
Point.
and here he is now.
He has the other part,
3-5.
and then he has that part now,
Yes.
and now he's playing against the number 2 ranked player on the Pro Tour, former number 1 just a couple weeks back, Luis Moreno. who told me that he wants to get that #1 spot back.
Point.
Certainly going to work hard to do that. But Paul
4-5.
Brady, just watching Paul play, it's just there's no holes in his game at all right now.
Yeah, probably.
Short.
Paul Brady's a whole different level right now.
Second.
You know, he had that mentality since he was probably born. You know, he doesn't want to, you know, have what ifs in the future. You know, when he's all said and done, goes straight up to 15 points, all out.
Timeout, Vic. That is your first. Score is 5-5.
We're all together at 5. Luis Moreno wins the first one 15-4 against Vic Perez, and now here in game number 2 found himself down 2-5, but he's worked his way back during our talk about you and more you and some of Vic and back to you and then into Paul. Not trying to make this about you, but I see that you had ice on your shoulder for an extended period of time. Is that just more you getting smart, or do you have an injury that you're trying
I
to?
just didn't want to more, you know, aggregate the shoulder more, you know, and then my elbows too. I just be safe, you know, and I don't want to be that guy and have my shoulder shot in the future.
Well, or I call it a Wednesday back at my trailer park.
Trailer park.
Oh, huge setup right there that Vic gave Luis, and
Point.
though Luis didn't capitalize on it immediately, he certainly got the
6-5.
point. Mondo, you are going for some of the craziest kill shots when I'm watching you play, but is there a part of you that is ever going to go up and say, I'm going to go methodical with you now because I need to set up a bad return?
7-5.
Because it seems like you're just going for broke sometimes on shots.
In that tiebreaker, I went for broke.
I saw that.
I was gassed out. You know, and I'm on the heavy side right now, and
Side out.
I got to take what I got, you know, what I have. And some shots I need
5-7.
some shots I should have just went up and ceiling balls, but you know,
Short.
if I shoot those balls and they landed, I mean,
Second
it
serve.
was a point. Yeah, just
when you're in the best shape that you've been in, I know that you let the ball drop and you have great legs and you still are offensive, but
Side out.
do you slow the game down? I mean, we saw what you did against Paul Brady in Salt Lake City, where you changed the
7-5.
game completely and played like a Mondo that we have not seen. So you have that game,
Point.
but we don't always see that from you. It seems like we're always
Pio, I
seeing the
called
go
it
for
good.
broke Mondo.
Both
yeah.
agree with
Well,
me.
right, you know, playing Luis, I know I had to
8,
like
serving
you
5.
know, steady myself. You know, I pace myself because I know he's gonna get every single ball, and you know, I try to slow myself in the game, but you know, I had to go back and shove and shoot. You know, I just slowed the game down, and I end up, you know, finishing it off.
Side out.
And yeah.
5, serving 8.
Oh, we saw that. I just like, you know, I love watching a good baseball pitcher that knows how to work the corners. But as a handball fan as well, I like watching
Well, yeah, I tried.
an offensive player do things that are just crazy, you know, that
6,
no one
8.
will ever do, because I know as a player, but also mix it up every now and then.
Right,
and
you love those players. You know, you show them every aspect of the game what you have, and yeah, like I try to go for those pass shots, and just, you know, he's getting every single ball I was trying to kill. So
Well, we
it
saw a
was
couple
tough.
times where you had him pinned to the left. You decided to go, instead of down the right, you just said, this is the shot that I'm good at. I'm going right down the middle, and you
Yeah.
skipped a couple in. Why wouldn't you just flip it down the right?
I know, like I have this, you know, my mindset already. I'm gonna go for that shot. I'm gonna stick with it.
Yeah.
And if I
7,
do change my
serving
mind
8.
on the way, I felt like I'm gonna miss it. You know, it's just all mental.
I find that respectable. I mean, I just don't. It's just so easy to be back here in the broadcast booth and second guess it, though. Look at this ground and pound between these two players.
Look at that. Look at that.
And I think Moreno
See it
almost hit the floor there after that fadeaway kill shot.
8-7. 8, serving 7.
Well, I'm learning my Spanish, as Montijo says
Short
in
ball.
Spanish, 8-7. To one of the area fans in the show courts here.
Second serve.
8-7. Second serve. Duple something.
8-5. I heard that before.
Side out.
Mondo and I still trying to learn Spanish.
7-8.
Seriously. It's kind of embarrassing, too. I come back from that Hispanic background, and I'm over here, can't have a full conversation with my relatives in Mexico, and it's really embarrassing. But,
Point.
no, I do attempt it, and I don't care if they still make fun of me. I'm still going to stick with that.
Well, I'm
8
making
serving
fun
8.
of you, and I don't even speak it, but it's also part of my family, too. 8-8.
Side out.
I mean, it's 8-8,
8-7,
but you can
8.
see Luis is controlling the game.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Vic is actually this close. I mean, obviously this close, but it doesn't seem like it. It has a feel of about 9-3.
Right.
Point.
But Moreno's
9-8.
only up by 1. Won the first game 15-4. And here in game number 2.
I think Luis is just pacing himself right now to save some energy for tomorrow. Pass. Oof. You know what, Dave?
Point.
I'll tell you what, this club right here, it's unbelievable. You know, staying here, you know, just going to the 6th floor, the rooftop, seeing all the other buildings, you know, it's grateful to be in this facility, and you know, I appreciate you that to pick this
Point.
place.
You like it?
I like it.
Timeout,
Yeah,
Vic.
it's a-
That is your second.
Thank you, I appreciate
the score
that.
is 11-8.
Yeah, as handball player, we feel really, you know, and important in a sense of way, you know kind of like motivate me some more.
Yeah, you know, we call it a pro tour, and we try to get this to some of your friends down there in Southern California when we actually have a tour, and they call it the tour, but then when you tour to a place they don't want to go to, they get upset about it.
Right.
But, you know, and then you get someone like you that appreciates it. You're like, I'm going to a new environment, never been there before. The
Right.
club facility itself, first of all, you're staying on the 4th floor where you walk out of the door, you go across the hallway, and boom, the courts are there,
Yeah.
which is just unreal. But then, since you're a guest,
All
they
right,
treat
time
you
in.
as a member,
Vic,
which
you
you are
have
from the
1
reciprocal
30-second
club
timeout
of the
Correct.
Los Angeles Athletic Club. So here at the Olympic Club, they treat you like you are part
11
owner in the
serving
business.
8.
Yeah.
And it's just a whole different feel. And I've had a lot of players come up to me and say, this is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it's
Now,
great.
then again, when you're in a private club, there's a lot of restrictions.
Correct.
And those that don't dig those restrictions are upset. And so you're hearing some of the negatives as well. But,
Yeah.
you know, we have to congratulate Kevin Del Grand,
Point.
and the Del Grand dealership group, as well as Lou Barberini and Dean Crispin,
12
who,
serving 8.
you know, coming to this club, it's very much like the Hathaways at the
Right,
LIAC.
yeah, yes.
Dean Crispin came up to me and said, hey, I opened up a tab for you on floor number 2, just say my name, or, you know, whatever floor it was. And I said, I was thinking to myself, when was the last time I had a tournament director
13,
say,
8.
you can just go down there and charge it to my account? You know, I mean,
Yeah.
it
That's-
just doesn't happen very often. So I
That's a
only
blessing.
ordered 4 bottles of the most expensive wine, but
Yeah,
that's
that's
not
it.
the point. That's not why I'm bringing it up.
Well,
Right.
actually, you're on your 5th bottle right
14
now.
match point
Splits
serving
of
8.
14-8 here. It was tied at 8 just a second ago, and when we said it, I said it felt like it was 9-3.
Right.
Moreno just
Serve.
proved that's what the feel was really there.
Yeah, all of a sudden he's up by by this much, and
It's going to be over with right here,
That's the
and
match.
Moreno
Good
does
match,
it at 15-8, closing out game number 2. He advances to the quarterfinals, and Moreno defeats Vic Perez. Coming up next is actually going to be a great match, and I believe everybody wants to see this. Let's talk
Yes.
about it really quick, since it seems like your eyes popped up just a little bit.
yes, I want to go watch this. Right now.
Mondo Ortiz in the booth. Why are you like I am about Martin Mulkerns versus Emmett Peixoto?
Well, like Martin McCorn, he gets to every single ball. I love his lankiness too. And I believe like Emmett is like the same style. So we just have a big, just huge, just like this concert we're about to watch right now. So we're so excited,
Everybody wants to do it. They want to get courtside to watch this. If you know anything about handball, the match to watch right now is the one that's going to come up next. Martin Mulkerns, who I believe is going to be the heir apparent to Paul Brady, if not, one of these young guys like the dude sitting next to me, if he decides that he wants to get into shape. Mondo Ortiz. But Martin Mulkerns has all the tools in the world.
Yes.
He's kind of like a Luis Moreno, but without the creativity. You
Right,
know,
right.
able to get the ball, hits kind of a heavy ball.
Yes, he does. He
sets up great
he
with
got
his
good
left.
serves as well. You know, he has that in his game. His ceiling game it's good as well. I remember I played him back in like 2 years ago, or last season actually, the first pro stop up in Idaho.
Up in Jake's tournament.
Jake to qualify.
And you defeated him there,
I did from there. I had a tough time with him. You know, he's like Luis Cordova sometimes. You know, he gets to every ball, and I just put the pressure on him. But yeah, you know, we're in for a show right now.
Yeah, this is going to be great. And I know everyone's clamoring to watch this Martin Mulkerns match as he's getting ready for the Collegiate Nationals coming up next week, Portland, Oregon. And he's here first, and then he's going to stay and try to go for, I believe this is his 4th straight.
Yeah, he has a lot of handball ahead of him.
Yeah, so, you know, it's going to be an amazing match. We can't wait to watch it. I want to thank you for stepping into the booth. We'll have Martin Mulkerns and the Olympic Club's Emmett Peixoto, and it's going to be, you know, obviously there's going to be tons of people watching just because Emmett's here.
Yeah, that's why I want to get my seat right now.
Okay, you better go. Thanks for sticking around.
Thanks, Stevie.
We'll have another great one coming up right around the corner. Martin Mulkerns versus Emmett Peixoto, round of 16. I can't even believe I'm saying that. Next, here, racefor8.com.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.